winning for silver. So Tuks is going for the most aggressive way. That was my original say first instinct to move the cat into d6 and into d5, sorry, and threaten and capture with the dog into b3. So that's the strongest move with respect to the goal attack, and I don't really see what silver can do to make use of this d6 rabbit.
Well, can he push the dog up to e8 and then use the last 2 steps to get his rabbit up to d7? I think it's worth his while to keep his rabbit alive while he still has the opportunity here.
Yeah, the problem is that silver might just push his rabbit back with the dog back to d6, and I don't see how the rabbit is going to get out of that. And so Fritzlein plays it, and on move 51s. So how about pushing the rabbit back with the dog?
Yeah, I think that's the safest way. Because if he doesn't push that rabbit back, it looks like he might be facing a goal in 1. So I think he's almost forced to push the rabbit back here, is he?
Yeah, probably so, but I think not only he is forced, but also I don't see how gold is going to prevent silver from capturing the rabbit on the next move, either on c6 or on f6, depending on gold's answer. And so silver will still have 2 very strong gold threats in the east by capturing the cat into f3, and in the west by advancing rabbit through the b file or through the a file with the dog. And I think both gold threats are pretty crushing.
Yeah, you're right. So not only was 51 was a forced move, but yeah, I think you're right that I don't see that silver's gonna not capture this rabbit on the next move. The gold rabbit on d6, I think, has only 1 turn to survive here, and then it's gone. Yeah, I don't see any other way around that. There's no real gold pieces to help protect that. Yeah. So I think you're right. So gold might want to just use some steps here. He might either want to use 3 steps to capture the f7 rabbit, or maybe start getting his gold elephant back into the game. He can protect the e2 gold cat from being captured. So maybe the gold elephant could move to e3 to try to shut down silver's counterplay. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's mandatory. I don't think gold can capture this f7 rabbit. Otherwise, silver's gold threats are going to be crushing. Just the cat capture on f3 is crushing by itself. And there is also the western gold attack. So I think moving the elephant to f4 and then moving the horse back towards b3 seemed mandatory to me. So Fritzlein is defending the f3 trap, but not moving his horse closer to the western action. So I'm not sure how gold will defend against, for example, silver using a pull and occupy maneuver on the a4 rabbit, so moving his own rabbit into a4 by pulling the gold rabbit into b4. That would be a gold threat, and I don't think gold can devote his elephant in the long run to the western gold defense. Otherwise, there will be some captures on f3 and then quick goal around the center. Well, maybe he's going to try that. So Tuks tries another way, advancing the rabbit to b4, and that seems equally strong. So I'm not too sure how gold saves everything here.
Yeah, he'd love to move his elephant to c5 to try to get that gold rabbit free again, but of course he has to stop the b4 rabbit from advancing, so that wouldn't work. So I don't know. Is he forced now to move his elephant to b3? Yeah, he thinks so. So he's moved his elephant to b3. So he's got threats against 2 different pieces now. And so silver can force goal in 1 by capturing the cat. Yeah. So he captures the cat in f3, and he's reestablished his goal in 1 threat with the f2 rabbit.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I think it was forced for gold to move his elephant over to b3. And so now to defend against the goal, gold has to move his horse to e2 on move 45g. and also to move his rabbit to d1 to avoid the f1 rabbit from being pulled. And he's using his fourth step to advance his dog. And now Silver should be looking for a killer move, pushing the e2 horse away to d2 and replacing it by his own horse doesn't seem to work. Yeah, that's much better to push the rabbit away. Oh well, maybe Gold can push the f2 rabbit away now, so no, maybe that's not a better way. Gold can push the f2 rabbit to f3 and cover the f3 trap maybe with a horse. So no, that's still not a goal, and actually I think this move 54s was played too quickly by Tuks.
So it might be necessary now for the elephant to start protecting pieces. Well, the problem with Silver now is that he's lost his goal attack. Once the horse pushes that rabbit onto the f3 square, he's now threatening all kinds of material losses. So I think he might actually want to use a few steps to capture the c6 rabbit, because he could lose his c5 cat. He could have that pushed into c6. He could also lose two pieces around the c3 trap. And if the horse gets to c6 and then the elephant captures that b4 silver rabbit, actually the gold rabbit on a4 becomes a bit of a threat. So I think Silver should start. Gold here is going to use two steps at least to capture the silver rabbit. To push the silver rabbit on the f3, not capture it, but negate its goal in one opportunity, and then.
So I was going to say that I saw only one move to avoid the goal, and Fritzlein did not play it. I was expecting a rabbit to e2, because now on move 55s, Silver can basically flip his own rabbit into e2, and don't see how Gold defends against the gold threat. So just the horse moving away, and that's what he does on 55s. So I think the h2 rabbit step on move 55g was the final mistake. I think Gold had to occupy this e2 square. That would have prevented goal in the short term and maybe even in the long term. But as played, I think that's a forced goal for Silver. What do you think, Greg?
Yeah, unless there's a miracle. I mean, the Gold. Okay, so yeah, I guess he found his move, on 56G.
Sorry, go ahead. I hadn't thought about this move. That's a nice defense. Go ahead.
So now, if Silver doesn't see a goal in one, do you think it's time for him to start? He could make two steps. He could use two steps to push his horse down to G2. That would just be a distraction, so that he has time to capture the C6 rabbit, and then on the next move, use 4 steps to defend the C3 trap. Do you think it's time to start thinking like that, like defensive moves, or do you think he should still be looking at a goal attack?
Yeah, still looking at a goal attack there. So flipping the E2 rabbit doesn't seem to work, because Gold might push the F2 silver rabbit into G2 with his horse, moving away with the rabbit and pushing the silver rabbit into G2, and that would stop the goal attack, I think. So maybe Silver can... Oh no, Silver cannot do that. Yeah, okay, so I think the goal attack is... Oh well, that was a nice move, pushing into E2 with the elephant. That's still pretty hard to defend by Gold. So I think Gold has to push this rabbit into G2. I don't see any other move, but still that would stop Gold for some time at least.
Yeah, so Fritz agreed with you. He pushed the rabbit to G2. So is it time now to defend C3, or he can still create another goal in one thread if he pushes pulls rabbits from H2 and H3 and pulls them up to H4 and H3. It creates a new goal in one thread, but he might also be concerned that he's creating a goal counter chance for the gold side. Because we have to keep in mind here that Silver hasn't wrapped this up yet, even though he appeared several times to be on the brink of victory. He still can't be careless here because those gold rabbits on the H-file could turn into long-term threats. And I'd still say it's very important to defend the C3 trap as well, because otherwise he doesn't want to lose control of his B-file or his A-file. He certainly doesn't want to lose all those pieces there with a gold rabbit counterattacking up the B-file.
Yeah, well, the good thing for Silver, oh, nice move. Yeah, I think continuing the goal attack is important, and actually that looks like a very, very strong move. That looks like a forced goal by Tuks. Do you see a way to avoid goal in one, Greg?
No, I don't. So this could finally... I think we've predicted it a few times, a goal in one, and I think this time it's for real. I think, yeah, so this is it. Wow, what a game. That was probably the most exciting game of the entire World Championship, so congratulations to both players. Yeah, Tuks did an amazing job with goal attacking in this game all throughout. There were so many times when it seemed Fritzlein had come up with brilliant defensive resources, and where it seemed that Silver could just consolidate his position, but he continued to attack, continuous pressure with that rabbit, and finally here right at the end, after an incredible game, probably one of the more exciting games we've ever seen in the World Championship, finally now we can see that Silver's got a forced victory here on 58S.
Yeah, that was an incredible game. That was a real treat for last game, and I agree that it's the most exciting game of the World Champs and maybe of the previous World Championships of all previous World Championships. So congrats to both players. That was a super hard-fought game, and well done Fritzlein to hold on to a position that we thought was lost so many times and to come back again and again, and congrats Tuks for the unbelievable goal attack, camel sacrifice, etc. So yeah, congrats both players. That was an incredible game. And I see we have Fritzlein in the studio. I think Tuks' microphone seemed to be working, so maybe we will have Tuks as well. So Fritzlein, well, what a game! What are your impressions?
Oh well, I think that I need to. I keep thinking that I'm going to be able to improve my defensive play so that I can stop the attacking play of my opponents. That defense is not dead in Arimaa. That's what I keep hoping. I keep thinking, but then I keep losing to strong attack. And once again in this game, a very nice attack by Tuks, and I couldn't find the resources to stop it. I was hoping that he had miscalculated with the camel sacrifice, but I never saw my chance. I don't know if you saw in the commentary if there was a point at which I could have successfully counterattacked or not.
Okay, Greg, do you have questions for Carl?
I don't know if we ever calculated a winning chance for you. I mean, I guess we saw the same things that you did, that if you could ever capture that E7 dog, you would have a great position, but you just never seem to have time, and Tuks put relentless pressure on. Yeah, that was an incredible attack, but actually by both players it was amazing. There were quite a few times where we thought Tuks' attack might be stalled, and then he... Oh, sorry? Is that... Sorry, there were many times we thought the attack was stalled, and then a great resource brings the attack back to life, and then you found a brilliant way to stop the attack. So it was very tense. We didn't know what was going on. We never saw a way for you to shut down the attack entirely, but we also never saw, there were chances on both sides, but we never saw a winning chance by you. So there was one mistake there. I don't know if it was a mistake or not, but on 46, was it 46G? It looked like you were offering a camel sacrifice, but was that just an accident there? Let me see which move that was.
Yes, I didn't, in fact, see that the camel could be taken. It was earlier than that. Oh yeah, 46G. Yes, I had not seen that my camel could be taken. I didn't intend to offer it, and then when I saw it, it's like, oh well, I can go ahead and resign if Tuks takes the camel, because then I'm down 2 pieces and a horrible position. I don't really have anything to play for at that point. But then